Okay, so usually these are flaps. I'm not too concerned if they are flaps or not. Today is 5-9. These are going to go right into your notebook, but we're going to go ahead and get started just because we only have 50 minutes for class today as opposed to the regular 80 minutes. So what is a force? A force is either a push or pull. Hopefully by now you have figured that out. That is what a force is. Now I'm going to have some little animals helping me out today with covering up the answers. Instead of putting on a piece of paper on, I'll spice it up a little bit with some aquatic animals. What two things does every force have? It has to have direction. Okay, that's number one. I guess the order doesn't matter. I'm just numbering them. And magnitude. Magnitude is a word that you talk about usually when we're talking about earthquakes, but it's pretty much going to be like the size of the force. Okay, so it's not just going to be, it could be 1 inch to the left, but it still has to have some sort of magnitude or some sort of force that goes with it. We'll cover that one up by Mr. Crab. How is force measured? It's measured in newtons. So after Sir Isaac Newton, and we'll be talking about Newton's laws next week. What am I talking about tomorrow? I don't know. I don't remember. Newtons, and it's usually just abbreviated with a capital N. Ta-da! That was pretty easy. All right, Mr. Walrus. As my husband says, walrus. So describe and give an example of balanced forces and unbalanced forces. This is going to be, we're just going to assume this is 50 newtons. This is just like the PhET simulation that you did yesterday and a couple days ago as well. 50 newtons. The net force, in this case, they're going to be canceling each other out because these are going in opposite directions. You're not going to add them together. The net force is equal to 0. Okay? And no motion occurs. Okay? They cancel each other out. They're equal to each other. So the net force is going to be 0. All right? Compliments of my little... He's not doing a very good job. I'm not too happy with him. Let's get a moose involved. Maybe he'll do a better job. I'll lay him flat and get run over. Okay. Oh my gosh. Oh, no, but I can see that one. All right. We have a joint movement here. For an unbalanced force, the net force is anything but 0. Okay. So it could be -1, it could be +1, it could be who even knows? It's a net force. Okay. And these forces, there's still 2 or more. They're still acting in opposite directions. Let's say this is 50 newtons, this is 75 newtons, and motion does occur. Motion occurs. Okay, pretty easy for this page. And ta-da, that's it. Now the next page, again, if you wanted to make these into flaps, by all means. However, in my notebook, I just have them glued down. Okay. So here's the next page. Again, you don't need to make these into flaps, so you can simply just trim the edges. But this has lots of different forces on it, and this is going to be a pretty easy thing. You're going to be doing this on the packet that you're going to be working on later, that you're going to see a little bit more of in the next video. But so it says combining forces. So determine the net force, so the size and direction. So not only do you need to kind of combine these, I know it's a little hard to see because the copier here is not always best when it comes to dark things, or shading, I should say, but this is going to be a net force. So if we have 3 newtons to the right and we have 5 newtons to the right, well, because they're both going in the same direction, this is going to be a total of 8 newtons, and you need a direction because you can't just put the size or the force. You're going to put to the right. Okay. So go ahead and try these. I'm going to give you a little bit of time to go ahead and try these out. If they're going in opposite, and these are pushing towards each other, okay, so they're going to be balanced forces. There's actually not going to be any movement for this one because it's 2n down, 2n up. So that's going to cancel each other out. Now this one is, they're going different directions, so there will be a net force. So let's see, how many of these will actually have a net force of 0? Looks like 2. Only 2 are going to have a net force of 0. The rest are going to have a net force in some direction with at least 1 newton or more. Okay. Yeah, so this should be pretty easy, and you're going to be doing this in the packet in a little bit. So get practice at it. Not too difficult. At least I don't think it's too difficult. It's weird just sitting here. So while I'm waiting for you guys to do this, let's see, I got a giraffe. I don't even know where these go. Oh, we can do like an African safari animal. I got a hippo. Oh, penguin. He doesn't belong. That doesn't belong. Okay. I was thinking I had more African animals, but I guess I don't. Oh, there's a. Oh, look at that. These are definitely not to scale. My lion looks like it's a little bit bigger than my elephant. What the heck? Yeah, these are definitely not to scale because my chicken is bigger than my elephant. I got cat. So I have this ginormous chipmunk. He's just conquering them all. Oh, I think this is a leopard. I think that's a leopard. It's much bigger. I got a donkey and a seal. I guess I got to do some different wildlife scenes while I'm waiting for you guys to finish this up, because it really shouldn't take you that long. I got a giant goose. I got a bunch of aquatic animals. Oh, I got some lizards. My kid would like that. Oh, a rhino. Look at that. We got a whole African safari going on here. So I got my giraffe, my lion, my hippo. You know, hippos are actually responsible for more deaths in Africa than crocodiles are. A fun fact of the day. They've actually been talking about genetically modifying elephants so they do not grow tusks anymore to help protect them from poachers who are after them for their horns. Ding Dong left their iPad alarm on. I guess they get up at 7:30. What a boob. Oh, I forgot I had a zebra. Oh my gosh, I didn't even see him. Oh, I forgot to add him to our little menagerie. Okay. Oh, is this a panda? Oh my gosh, look at that cute little face. Ugh. All right, so double check your answers with mine. We have 2 newtons down, 2 newtons up. It's going to be a 0 force. They're canceling each other out. It's not moving anywhere. This one, so 6 to the right and 2 to the left. This is going to be a total of 4 because you're doing 6 minus 2 because they're going in opposite directions. It's going to be 4 newtons to the right. This one, we have 3 pushing towards the right and 2 to the left. That's going to give you a net force of 1 newton to the right. We have 5 newtons up and 4 newtons up. That's going to be actually a combined force because they're going in the same direction. They're going in opposite directions, so they're pushing towards each other at different newtons. They're going to kind of cancel each other out. You'd subtract. But this case, you're going to add. So 9 newtons up. Net force, we have 3 newtons to the left and 3 newtons to the left. Again, you're going to combine these because they're going in the same direction. They're not opposite. They're not opposing forces. It's going to be 6 newtons to the left. And then this one, because it's pulling 5 newtons to the right and 5 newtons to the left, it's going to be a 0 force. Okay, there is no movement. And ta-da, that's all you got to do.